My greetings to everyone. I know it is not easy for any man or woman to admit that the gods of his or her ancestors had failed them. But we have to be realistic. We have to tell ourselves the truth. They say that necessity is the mother of invention. Why I keep on asking this question to we Africans is because I notice that some people that are being possessed by spirit of Antichrist are trying to destroy the little light that we have seen in Africa. They want to take us back to where we came from. And God forbid, we can't go back to those nonsense. And you keep on asking Africans, what have we gained from ancestral worship? Worshipping the gods of our ancestors. In Nigeria, or in Africa as a whole, there's a man we know as Zik of Africa. That man was the first president of Nigeria. He was the first governor general appointed in 1960 as the first governor general in Nigeria. He was the first Nigerian president appointed in 1st October 1963. Zik of Africa was born in Zungeru, Niger State in Nigeria. Then his father, as a Christian that works in British courts, a member of Anglican Communion, took him down to his state of origin, Anambra State precisely. He schooled at CMS Anglican School in Anambra State, Onitsha, precisely. When he was to further his education, his father took him to another missionary school again in Calabar. He schooled in Calabar. Then after his schooling in Calabar, when he was about to enter higher institution again, higher education, his father took him to Holy Cross Catholic Church in Lagos, Nigeria. He furthered his education again in Holy Cross Catholic School in Lagos, Nigeria. Then after that, the missionary took him again to United States of America. He enrolled in Lincoln University. Who is the founder of Lincoln University? Presbyterian Church. Now remember, before the missionary came, the whole place were in chaos. Then after his education, because he traveled to America in 1925, yes. Then he came back in 1934 and began to practice as a journalist because the church had helped him, trained him. Then, at the time he rose into politics. In 1960, he became the first governor general in Nigeria. He was appointed as the first governor general because of the education. In 1963, he became the first president of Nigeria until 1966, when the coup occurred. Why I told you this story? Remember, without the church, Zik would have died like other Africans. But the church provided that platform, provided the education, which the gods of their ancestors couldn't provide. His father advised him when he was young. His father said, I advise you to study your Bible regularly and live your life according to Christian morals and principles and ethics. All these things are verifiable facts. Go and verify. That was advice the father gave to him. The father was a man that attends church regularly, twice in a day, as a dedicated member of Anglican Church. Then Zik became somebody in life and became the Zik of Africa. Another person I want to discuss on, our ancestors were dying of diabetes, malaria, typhoid, and all forms of sicknesses. A time came, a man they called Frederick Banking. Frederick Banking is a citizen of Canada. His father was a preacher of the gospel, William Banking. And his mother was a pianist. His mother was what we probably know in Africa as a keyboardist in a church. In Ontario, their locality in Canada, their village in one of the states in Canada. Then Frederick continued to research and pray. Frederick said that he believed that God is the Almighty that giveth life to all. He was an ardent prayer warrior. Frederick also said that he believed that science and God complements each other, in which without God, he wouldn't have discovered the medicine we know today as insulin. Our forefathers couldn't discover insulin. Many of them died of diabetes. They call it Obanje, Osu, and so many other names like that. Now, even to date, many people still travel to the same Canada because their ancestors built something. They believe what our ancestors couldn't believe, and inspired them to do what our ancestors couldn't do. And even to date, many Africans want to travel to Canada to school in Toronto University. Somebody like Frederick schooled in Toronto University, who is the major pioneer of Toronto University. Even though we know that it was sanctioned by the king, Queen Henry, the King Henry III, I think. But it was an Anglican bishop who insisted that we have to build this. And the king said, if we must do it, you are going to be the head. An Anglican bishop, John, he said there is no problem. He was the pioneer of Toronto University. And all these institutions still stand till date. Can anybody tell me what the gods of our ancestors inspired them to do? Even one thing. For thousands of years that we have lived as Africans. I want to advise anybody who cares to know. Whoever that advises you to go back to the worship of gods of your ancestors is your worst enemy. And now is the time that we, the Christians, if anybody wants to enroll his or her child in your school, if the person says that he's a traditional worshipper, let that person carry his child and enroll that child in his own school. Let him find out about a school and put that child. After all, Bible says we should not be equal to unbelievers. Bible says in Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, you should not have any other God except me. In Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 9, Bible repeated the same thing. In Isaiah chapter 44, verse 9, Bible repeated the same thing. You should not have any other God except me. It's high time we demarcate. Because we can't, something that brought us out of darkness to light, we can't go back to that darkness again. God forbid. So my call, I'm calling everyone, we shouldn't leave this work to the preachers, the ministers, the pastors, or reverends, or there. Every one of us have to wake up. Whoever that preaches going back to that darkness, we should tag that person as an enemy. The person should repent and give his life to Christ. Thank you.